Yes, guys, welcome back to SFeatleyTV. We're here for Banta The Rivals, and this is an open session. And yes, I've used the CLDF banner and overlay because I wanted to just highlight how this is all for charity as usual. But yes, we are here for Banta The Rivals, and we are here to have an open banter session. So anyone that's in the chat, the link is in the chat. You're all welcome to come on. And yeah, I've got Chris from Leicester Till I Die TV. How are you, mate?
I'm not so bad. Still celebrating the cup win. How are you doing?
I mean, at least you're doing one thing that probably Chelsea won't do tonight.
Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed they won't.
Yeah.
Well, I was actually just before I came on. I was actually doing something that Arsenal fans won't be doing, and that was looking at the Europa League draw for next season.
Yeah, well, at least we get. To be honest, I get a welcome break from that. To be honest.
Yeah. It's funny that, isn't it? You know, when you're not in it, it's a welcome break. It's like when you get sacked in the government. It's at least I can spend more time with my family. Yeah, you say that when you're not in it, you know. But yeah, you want to be in there.
To be fair, I was like, if we win it, it's a bonus. But I was like, I wasn't like, oh my god, like we're in the Europa League, like jumping for joy. But I mean, yeah, it wasn't the same. We got talk in the building. How are you?
Yeah, Chris still celebrating the FA Cup.
Always, mate. Oh, hey,
talk. He's doing 12
one more thing. 12 months this has got to last me.
He's doing one more thing than Man United are doing.
Shut up, you. It says you in the. You know, you're in the.
It says me. I've got a worse manager, yet I've won more trophies.
Hold on, yeah, but we're on the top deck, right? Sunbathing, and you're in the what do they call it, Chris? That part of the ship down below.
The mess.
Galley.
No, it's have you seen Mutiny on the Bounty? You seen Mutiny on the Bounty?
Is it the mess?
No, it's not the mess. It's a special little place where they just put all the crap.
Highbury, in it?
Yeah, the Emirates, that's it. Sorry, yeah.
Emirates? Don't diss the Highbury like that. No.
Hold on, wait a minute. I was going to say, I was reading that if you don't progress next season, the Borough of London Council are going to make you an offer so they can turn it into landfill, which makes much better use out of the Emirates as landfill. And do you know what they're going to fill it with?
He's come fucking prepared this time, isn't he?
all the empty burger packets and chip wrappers from Old Trafford are going to get shipped down there and get buried under the ground there.
Do you know my dad used to go to the warehouse that's like opposite the car park of Old Trafford, right?
Yeah.
Distribution centre. My dad used to go there because he was a long distance lorry driver. He used to park right by the gate.
I know. Right? You told me this.
Yeah, what happened was that when he's finished like staying there for the night, right, and he's had his like something to eat and everything like that, he gets all the rubbish that he collects all the rubbish that he's built in the cab and lobs it over the fucking over the railings into the Old Trafford car parks. Perfect fucking place for it.
Hey, Brentford are 2-0 up now.
Yeah.
Holy shit!
I'll tell you what. I'm watching it now, and Brentford they're tearing this fucking Swansea team to pieces. They really are. Swansea have got a bit of possession here, but it's not looking good for Swans at all.
I mean, I like Brentford, and I really want them to come up because I like to see clubs that haven't been there before, the smaller clubs, you know, like Arsenal, and you know the small clubs like that. Do well. Yeah, 2-0, that's right. Hey, this is supposed to be a banter group, mate. You can't host it and not take it. But I do want Swansea to win because if Brentford don't come up, we might be able to put a bid in for Tooney. So I'm a bit trapped between the two.
I don't see Swansea getting back in this game, Chris. I really don't.
I'm not watching it, to be honest. I've just literally just got the BBC link up here, you know.
To be fair talk, you said you were going to wipe Villarreal aside 4-1. How can we trust you?
Yeah, all right. I got that. Do you know what? Yeah, but mate, you can't foresee the team fucking turning into Soccer Tots FC, can you? Do you know what I mean?
I can when it's under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer.
Fucking hell.
I'll just say, I just want to screenshot this page in a second, because like you got an Arsenal fan, a Man United fan, and a Leicester fan, and who would have thought that it was the Leicester fan that supported the only team out of the three of us that has won anything this year?
I know, yeah. That's the point, Chris. You're right there, mate. You've got your bank on. You're bank on.
Like the talk, I take it you've seen my tweet last night. And just for those who don't know, right, I put a tweet out basically saying Man United are the first and only club to be knocked out of the Champions League, the Super League, and the Europa League all in the same season.
Oh God. It's not been a very successful season at all for us in any shape.
No, it hasn't, has it?
But
some of us have had a good season.
Yeah. Yeah, but we just need a Chelsea fan to top it off.
Do you want to see? I do think this is probably the best show that I've been on all season.
He's sitting here like, yeah, he can't touch me. I won an FA Cup. He can't touch us.
Yeah.
Oh, it's quality.
I mean, listen, there's no doubt next season, Chris, you know it as well as I do. Leicester are going to be. They're going to find it tough, mate.
Really? In what way?
Yeah. Because I said it last night on Richie's channel, and just when I say this, just think about what I'm going to say.
Mm-hmm.
This season has been, we've seen like Liverpool do something remarkable, which they have from where they were to get top four. We've seen City do something remarkable from the start they had and turn it around like they did. We've seen Chelsea do something quite remarkable in the fact that they got this guy in who's just come in and gone, rather than a couple of game bounce, he's carried it all the way to the end. And tonight in the Champions League final, I think this game is gonna change the landscape for next season and going forward, because Manchester City are gonna, in my opinion, they're gonna go out there tonight. They're gonna control that game, like Chelsea are gonna be in awe of watching how Man City control this game. They're gonna win it, and next season, Pep, that team is going to be like the most uber confident team ever to play in the fucking Premier League, and they are going to play the craziest football we've ever seen, in my opinion. And if anybody wants to keep up with them, they are going to have to be ultra brave if they're going to be anywhere near them. And I mean, like for us, we cannot, in my opinion, play 4-2-3-1 and get anywhere near that title. I don't see it.
That's the thing, though. Do you not think that for Man United?
I was just going to ask, if you could send the link to sort of the Man United agenda and all that, see if they can come on or anything, that'd be great, because I'm just sending them the link.
But just in response to that, for you need to be challenging for the top position. For Leicester, we don't. If we, everybody's saying that, it was a disappointment, it was a failure, we bottled it. We came fifth, for God's sake. This is Leicester City. No, we're not Arsenal, we're not Tottenham. Fifth for us is good.
I want to be Arsenal.
And when we actually won the league, we needed Man City to announce the manager was leaving, with a couple of months to go, which always buggers you up. You need Arsenal, to be out of form. You need Tottenham to bottle it, if you like.
Arsenal.
Man United, you still had Van Gaal, I think, and you were struggling. You do need to, for you to win the league next season, you're only going to win that league if Man City cock up. That's how it works, Otherwise, Man City will just win it again. Chelsea are the same. But there's nothing to say. And, Arsenal aren't going to be back next season. I don't care what you say. They've got a rebuilding job. Tottenham have got a rebuilding job on. So unless you've got a West Ham and Everton coming through, and I hope they do, because it's nice to see other teams coming up and getting in these places. There's nothing to say that Leicester won't be 4th or 5th again next season.
Oh no, maybe not.
Oh, we won't be back next season.
No,
right? we got Mikel Arteta, so we're secured. We're secured in 10th.
Yeah, I think that's the thing with Arsenal, Stephen, is that I don't see you getting out. I don't see you getting out of that position anytime soon.
No.
If they're going to stick with Arteta and make it a plan, a process, shall we say? Mate,
process. Be excited.
It's going to be a 3-season job. Look at Klopp. It took him 3. And there's nothing worse than that.
Talk. It ain't going to be a 3-season job. It's going to get to December and then it's going to be gone.
Like I say, Chris, is what I'm saying is because Tuchel, he's going to. The conversations that he had with Abramovich before he took the job, in the interview and everything else, is obviously we understand how it's not going to have been a case of him saying, "Oh yeah, I'll get you this and I'll get you that with this squad that you've got here, and I promise you this and I promise you that." That wasn't the case. It was a case of, look, you've got a half-decent squad here. You've got some really good players, and I'll do my utmost to get them at it and get them challenging for the title, top 4. Go as far as we can in the Europe, blah, blah, blah. But it's obviously going to be about next season with my project. So this is the beginning of it. This is the, shall we say, the newborn of Chelsea right at the back end of this season. So if he, for example, let's just say, the game tonight, something crazy happens, like City get an injury to a key player, then something silly happens, bit of fisticuffs, someone gets sent off and they get beat. Not for any, only for not having better football played against them.
Is that only come back from Gdansk yet?
Hold on, not just through bad luck, and then Chelsea go on and win it again. That's going to cause Abramovich to be super confident about giving this guy loads of money. Tuchel will be even more confident about going out and going, you know what, right? I don't need you. He's going to get rid of loads of players. He'll bring in loads of he'll try and sign some massive names. And again, that could be a big problem going into the season.
Can I just ask a quick question? You just heard the sirens go past. Is that Ollie come back from Gdansk yet? Come back from Ford? He should be arrested after that final.
No, listen. I'll tell you who shouldn't even be allowed it. I'd be throwing punches. I'd be throwing punches at fucking McKenna. It's a nonsense. They wouldn't let him on the coach. McKenna and Carrick should be left in Gdansk. Fucking find your own way home, son. Give Mike Phelan a lift only because of his standing at the club.
Oh, it's not. Oh my God, here we go. We
got
another hell bent on the manager now. It's not the manager's fault. No.
But he's not the coach. He ain't the coach. He's the fucking manager. He's not the coach. So, therefore, he says to the coaching staff, "I want this team to play 4-2-3-1. Right, get them at it." They ain't doing it.
If they're not playing, sure you step in.
Yeah, well, he stepped in. Yeah, but he stepped in. He must have stepped in numerous times, but he doesn't go to the training. He only goes a few times a week. He's busy with other aspects of running the club. But so, in my opinion, Ollie, there's a not perfect opportunity for him now to take a step back and go, okay, we came so close, but you know what? Are these guys really good enough? And they're not. We all know they're not good enough.
Anthony, I sent you the link. He's got to be. They need you on, man. Need you on.
I think what makes me laugh though is that the big 6 or greedy 6, big 6, disappointing 6, whatever you want to call these teams. You've got
after the Super League.
It goes in cycles. I mean, it's taken Liverpool 30 years to get back to where they were when they were the biggest team in the country. And I'm old enough to remember, when Liverpool were the Man City or the Man United of the day. Man United, you've had your run, under Ferguson, it was brilliant. But you're not automatically going to get back to that. It could take you another 15 years to do it. And it's sometimes, and I'm not saying to you guys, but sometimes it's just the arrogance of the big clubs saying, well, we've been there for a couple of years, we'll throw a few million at it, a lot of millions at it, and we'll stay there.
Yeah, but we don't throw millions at you, do we?
No, but the thing is, Chris, the difference I think with us with Man United is that it's the whole kind of like the mentality side of it. It's never gonna, in my opinion, we're never gonna lose that because Ollie. That's why they brought Ollie in, because they could see that disappearing slowly under Mourinho, under Van Gaal, starting with Moyes, and that was the big danger that we lose that and have to build all that up again. So I think Ollie caught it just in time. So I don't think it's going to take us that long, if I'm honest with you. But my concern, like I say, is that Ollie is too loyal to your likes of Carrick, Phelan, McKenna. They are just not good enough. And
we got Reece.
We
got Reece.
He needs to cut them loose. He needs to cut them.
There's a Chelsea fan maybe on his way.
Oh, cool. I need to ask Reece. Reece, have you recovered from that Gdanskin last night?
Just want to know if you can hear me first.
But yeah, Reece, we can hear you.
Yo, Reece, how you doing, son?
I'm alright. I've just got back for the centre. I treated myself to a new laptop, so this is me actually using it for the first time on a stream. So
wicked.
Oh, nice.
Mate.
What's our laptop?
Is this the Man United way of wearing the hat? That way you think your head's the other way and you don't have to look at the pitch?
Oh, you cheeky
No. That was the way they had to do. That's the way they did on Wednesday, so they didn't have to look at the trophy when they had to walk past.
Hey, don't you just look the fact that Sir Alex Ferguson was brought in to hand the trophy out? That was like the final straw, wasn't it?
I'm lucky I'm still alive after the tweet I sent out last night.
Fortunately, I didn't see it. Just answer. No, I treated myself, so I went and got myself a Chromebook.
Oh no, nice. You didn't, silly boy.
It works brilliantly. It works brilliantly, man.
Oh, I've got a Chromebook, and it is absolutely. It works. It's good, but it's just nothing's where it should be because it's totally different to a laptop.
I'm lucky I don't have that problem.
Yeah,
mine just got a keyboard on it. I went for an Acer one, so.
Right, the link is pinned up in the chat, so everyone, like, you're more than welcome to come on. It's just a complete free session to banter the hell out of each other. I'm probably going to get a ton of stick, especially after my antics. And no doubt next season I'm going to get bantered all season. I can't wait for it.
I'm good. I'm good. I'm loving life at the moment.
Well, how is it? Leicester fans like the only one who's won anything.
I can see the Man United fans left us off the end of Marvel.
This is the days, isn't it? This is the only day where I'm not wearing a football shirt and I'm getting bantered already. Love it.
Oh my god!
I'm not wearing a football shirt. I'm wearing an FA Cup trophy winners T-shirt. Do you know that trophy winner? Do you remember them days?
Yeah, I remember those days, but I also remember you've only won one FA Cup in your lifetime. Come back when you've won another 11.
Well said.
Excuse me, when did you win yours?
Hang on,
yesterday's news, mate. Yesterday's news.
Hang on. Come back when you win another 14.
Ooh. Ouch. Bing.
I'll let you have that one. But then you can say more FA Cups, more league titles where it matters.
It's 13 and 20. Okay, I'll give you that one. I'll let you off, Just.
And also more European trophies.
Yes.
Yeah, we've only got 2. Oh, fuck's sake, we've got more. We've got less than bloody Tottenham. Oh my god.
That must sting. Yeah. That must sting, doesn't it?
Nah, it's just a nuisance. But I know we're bigger, so that doesn't really matter. When you compare it, 26 to what, 48? It's a bit of a difference.
You notice I've gone quiet now.
I know, like Man City have already just gone past that. Man City are currently on 28. They've got to make it 29 tonight. So they've got a long way to go.
You're not going to hear the end of it tonight. Like, you're not going to hear the end of it.
I don't know who I'd rather, Chelsea or frigging Man City.
But to be fair, if Chelsea win the Champions League, they'll go one behind Man United.
To be fair, if Chelsea win the Champions League, I'll never hear the end of it.
We so don't want Chelsea to win the Champions League. We just want Man City.
I want
don't.
Man City. I can live with Man City winning it.
Let's just hope it doesn't go to penalties.
Oh dear, it's not going to go to penalties that game, though, in my opinion.
Well, to be fair though, that like Man City haven't got De Gea in goal, so you know.
But they have Kepa.
Yeah, that's good.
You can't.
Chelsea don't have Kepa.
We got.
That's the difference between Liverpool and the difference between Liverpool and Man United is Liverpool's goalie can score.
I've got to give it a special introduction. His first time on the channel, RC buying Chelsea Fan TV. How are you, mate?
I'm good, mate. How about you? Thanks for having me here.
No worries. So this is Banta The Rivals. It's basically a free session just to talk shit to the other team and like banter the crap out of them. So, go for it, mate. Go for it.
Oh yes. So I think it's the right timing for me. It's just before the Champions League final, so I think this is where I'm really pumped up and all there. So what do we have here? We have obviously a Leicester fan. I'm assuming it's an Arsenal fan, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
good. Yes. So I think for you all. So I think for you all, I think the season is kind of over. But for us, it's like today is like D-Day. It kind of makes or breaks the season. And we are basically pinning our hopes for today. I can't believe it, Chris. Come on. That's not fair. Come on, they've had their share of trophies already.
It's the only reason I asked you in, Ankit.
The only reason he's asked you in is just so you can write on a bit of paper.
No way.
That's the Leicester City way. They don't need to do it with words. They can do it with silence.
Okay, so I think Chris and Leicester needs to be thankful that we allowed them to actually get the cup first time ever, right? And that's history made for you all. Like, so congratulations.
Nah. You didn't get it. You played your full strength team. Don't give me that.
It's not only us, actually. To be honest, it was a referee as well. But yes, credit where it's due. Obviously, Leicester deserved it as well. So.
Yeah, but Leicester, you got to admit, Leicester gave you a helping hand on the last day, didn't they? Right?
Oh yeah. So
you basically bottled it, and it had to be Leicester to lose to make sure you got the top four. So they actually gave you a turning present.
Yes, absolutely.
Chelsea went to Tottenham and offered them a $5 and went, "Here, do you fancy winning this game for us?"
A $5.
See, as in that's what Arsenal need to lead by example, right? Because at the end of the day, it's all about London. London, come on, we are representing London, and you are part of London. Come on, Arsenal has to support us today. That's the way I see it.
No.
I will be supporting the referee, and I'm hoping the referee decides to screw you all over and send everyone off.
Man.
Do Man United want Chelsea or Man City tonight?
I don't want either team to win, but I have no choice but to go. I will watch the final instead. How about that? It means I don't have to support either team.
I can't believe it. Not even one supporter. Come on, at least Man United has to support Chelsea today.
Well, Tottenham, you knows I don't want City to win. I said Chelsea would get the final in the last 16.
I get your theory about the London thing. The only problem is, last time I heard you win the Champions League, oh my God, I never heard the end of it. So nah, not again.
I'll say to you, mate.
And Baku.
I'll say, mate.
See what I mean? So no. You're not having it after that one. No, don't mention that.
Here we go.
I'm Man United, right? Just cast your mind back to 2008 against the Manchester club. Foreign soil, you bottled it.
We were in Abramovich's backyard.
Was it Moscow?
It's just two kicks. Yeah, of course. It was 2 kicks. As in we were 2 kicks away. Nicholas Anelka and John Terry. That's what I would say. And that happens in sport. That. But that was actually like a really good game. Like that's what I want to see tonight.
So technically, actually, you would say foreign soil, but actually, technically, Chelsea went to their own ground, didn't they? Moscow.
If Chelsea win it tonight, does that mean Tuchel will get sacked in like 3 or 4 months?
Oh no. This is not happening.
That's got a point. It'd be like 3 months.
I can't help but
like,
applaud that.
one
That was
out
brilliant.
That is. If you want to get rid of him now, we'll take him.
But you know what's funny though is if you look at it, even if Tuchel does win tonight, Roberto Di Matteo can still call himself a great manager in Tuchel because he still won the FA Cup final.
He is a great manager. Like, I disagree with the time when he was sacked anyway. Like, Di Matteo did great things in those 6 months that probably I could not even think at the time.
I thought it was crazy that they sacked him, but Abramovich, he is lethal.
He got sacked as soon as he got kicked out into the Europa League.
No, actually, like, to be honest, it was always there in the plan.
Wasn't that Chelsea becoming the first Champions League champions to get knocked out into the Europa League next season?
Yes.
And we won that as well. And we won Europa League twice in 2 attempts. And Man United, sorry to say, but you couldn't, come anywhere close. So, that's what happened. So at the end of the day, we take our chances. And I believe we will come back when we are not the favorites. We should be able to come back tonight. You see, I remember 2012, right? No one gave a chance.
Let me just say, I mean, look, you know what? Let's have it right. Right. This is a kind of like unexpected moment for you fans, surely. Till Tuchel's come in. No, it's true. It's right. If Tuchel's come in, you didn't know what to expect. He's got a good reputation and blah, blah, blah. Comes into the hardest league in the world. Seems to work magic. So you know what? I would, if I was a Chelsea fan and you get beat tonight, which you will, I would be like, yeah, okay, it's a bit gutting, but you know what? How can you be How can you be as disappointed as a Man City fans if they lose it? Because this is like you've kind of jumped in it sort of halfway through, so to speak, with the manager. So for me, it's all about next season. It's all about next season for the Chelsea fans because you've got there this season. Whether it was luck, whether it was genius, we'll find out in next season when Tuchel does what Lampard did, which is go through the squad, release a few, bring 2 or how many do you think he's going to bring in? 2, maybe
3 signings, I reckon.
Yeah, probably 1 defender, 1 midfielder, and 1 attacker.
But then it's for next season. Is I said to Chris earlier, I don't think Reese was there as well, but I said to Chris and Stephen that tonight it could actually alter the landscape of the season next season because the confidence boost and the invincibility that the victory tonight will cause for whoever wins it is going to be through the roof. It's going to be through the roof.
Yeah, for sure.
I agree.
For sure.
I agree.
Yeah, and I will just they will actually play a part maybe to next season and how the title race goes as well. But I'm just going to run through some comments first. Leicester, do you want to read out this one? We don't. See what's better. Arteta. Oh fuck.
I'm happy to read that one out.
No. Read this one instead.
Anthony's been said Arteta's got to sell, I think he means, before he buys. That proves that the Cronkies are crap.
To a degree,
Reese?
Big up my bro Steve and everyone from Hybrid TV.
Hashtag Cronky out and sell Arsenal. Talk menu.
Oh, Ricardo E. Scholes, the disgrace, said it was an easy win. What are you talking about? You're talking about the Villarreal game?
Yeah, he's talking about Villarreal, like how the arrogance of Scholes, but he also forgot to mention Rio Ferdinand. He was extremely confident. I think we all were.
Talk when you would say it very confident, wouldn't he?
Let me just say this. We could watch that game back, right? Like now, if we're allowed to play it, and we could watch it back, and from about the 15th minute or so, we could stop it every time we're in their half, and we can you can pin Michael Carrick, McKenna, and Phelan on that pit, on an overlay over it, and say, what is going on here? Why is he there? Why is he there? Why is there this distance between that player and that player? Why is he not making it?
Talk menu. You mentioned about something where you can do that on a particular program. I'd love to do that for a stream. If you can make that work, that would be great. Because I haven't got a clue how it works. But
no, I'm just actually surprised. But
anyway, just got to go through the rest of these comments. I got the Arsenal jersey. The missus washed it after one wash.
After one wash, it fits a fucking cat.
Yeah, but what he doesn't say is the cat refused to wear it.
Good. That's punishment for fucking wearing it. Bean, do you want to read this one?
I'm gonna check. I'm gonna see if it's still the same score actually.
Bean, do you want to read this comment?
Yep. Sorry. Steven and panel, I'm currently watching Brentford. They are still winning 2-0 against Swansea. Go Brentford. You know what?
Yeah.
Actually, as a Chelsea fan and like as a Londoner, right? Basically, most of our Chelsea fans are actually wanting Brentford to come, and I don't know why that is.
Because they've been there before.
They've not exactly that. They've not been the Premier League. It's half time, lads. It's half time, lads. Just like he's known, it's still 2-0 Brentford.
Do you realise tonight that if Man City were to lose, that Pep has actually already won a cup this season, and if Chelsea were to lose, that's 2 finals they've not won anything from.
Not 2, Chris. Actually, 5 finals. We've lost 5 finals. The last 5 finals, technically, we have lost, and that's like that's not Chelsea. I cannot have it.
You should.
You know, I'm not bitter with Chelsea at all. You can tell that, can't you? You know,
you know what? He's jinxing Man City. That's what I would say.
Yeah. Anyway, it says smash the lights. I will be on soon. Big up, lol. And it will be a penalty shootout tonight.
Oh no!
I'll be kind to as being I just want to make sure I've got it. It is being that's your name. I've never met the guy before. I need to make sure I know his name.
The Chelsea guy is called Ankit.
Ankit, right? I wasn't even sure. I'll be generous to you. I actually said at the last 16 stage that you would get to the Champions League final.
Oh yeah. Good on you, mate. As in, we want you to tell something. I don't want to tell what to tell.
I never said you would win it though. I just said you would get to the Champions League final.
The last time you got to the Champions League final and won it was when like you had that new manager halfway through a season, or the VS Boas left. So I was like, yeah, I can see this happening going on.
And Arsenal won a double.
You're gonna win it. Wait, what?
And
Arsenal won a double that season.
Won a double. I won a double.
So you done a double over Chelsea.
Yeah, that's true.
That's your new trophy success.
Yeah,
it was 5-2, right? Van Persie scored the hat trick.
Yeah, that's some of our fans that love to think that they're doing a home and away is more important than winning a trophy.
That's a benchmark for success. Doing a double over Chelsea.
That's not my benchmark, trust me.
Stephen, I can just say that how did it feel like the rest of us all talking about finals we've been in this season? You must feel totally left out of the conversation.
Nah. I'm just silently looking into the abyss.
I've got a question for you, Stephen.
Okay.
Because obviously I've been on a fair few shows lately. And there's always one piece of silverware that keeps coming up as of late, and it's doing my fucking boxing. So I'm going to get your point of view. The Community Shield. You've won that this season.
Yeah.
I mean, at least Liverpool didn't win it, so that's something.
You mean the dinner plate?
Aye. Your thoughts on that as a piece of silverware? Because there's a guy on YouTube. I won't name his name. John Jones. He's a big fan. He's a big fan of the Community Shield. Your thoughts on that?
It's a dinner plate. It's a charity game. The only reason I like the Community Shield, the only reason I like it is because of the charity it supports, right? Because that's helped me when I've been in hospital with my family, be it have somewhere to stay, right? That's the only reason I like it. Other than that, I couldn't give a fuck.
Big six mentality again.
It is a friendly. It's literally a pre-season friendly. That's all it is. Right?
Can I just get you? But to me, right, because we got into
aspect, I'd say just not bother with it.
We got into the Community Shield. We played Man United after we won it, and they beat us easily in the last 5 minutes. But again, you see, that to me is, and I'm not having to go at anybody here in particular, but like I said earlier, it's just the attitude that. Yeah, it's nothing. But to clubs outside the Big Six, to get to the Community Shield means you've won something. And to have a day out at Wembley, you know, you might not think it's much. It's a dinner plate and what have you. And I said, I'm not having to go at you personally, but, you know, Everton, West Ham, those sort of clubs would love to be there having to go for it. And I'm going to be honest with you. I hope I can get a ticket and go.
I'll get your point. It's just the fact that, like, it's not making my season. It's not major trophies I'm looking for. It's just
No, it's
like,
not a major trophy.
You're not like done it. You're playing one game. It's not like you've played a whole series of games in a tournament, right? Beating numerous teams to get to the final or anything. So these fans, and I love these fans, that Arsenal fans, that Arteta winners, right? That love to use it just to go, he's won 2 trophies. No, he's won 1, mate. He's won that and a dinner plate I want to eat off.
Like, it's something good to have, like, as a, like, yes, you've won it. You've beat, like, if you're the FA Cup winner, you've beat the Premier League champions, or if it's the Premier League champion, you've beaten the FA Cup winner. You've got a bit of bragging rights.
When you said about finals,
it's not a final to me. Like, it's just like, oh, you've won
saying.
one competition, you're in there by default.
If you went in there, but if you weren't saying about finals, right? If you were spoken to an Arteta in there and you mentioned about me being left out of a final, they would have literally gone, no, we're the Community Shield. No, we're the Community Shield. We're in that.
Exactly. Like, it's good to have obviously going to Wembley a day out. Like, that's great. Like, Wembley is it's a fantastic stadium from a perspective of the fact that it hosts a national team that I've got no interest in. But there's
I wonder why.
There's something exactly. Like, it's good in that sense.
Clues are there, really, aren't they?
I'm Scottish.
It's very different in Europe. Sorry, I was saying, like, it's very different in Europe, right? Because, like, if you say the UEFA Super Cup, that is considered like at least like a proper trophy, if I'm not wrong, compared to the Charity Shield, right? Because it's basically the cause that it goes for, and it's called the Charity Shield, and the fact that it's literally the first game of the season. That's why managers kind of experiment as a warm-up game. Like, at least Chelsea, I know, as a matter of fact, we haven't played our first team per se, in the Charity Shield in the last few years, and that's why we've lost.
Also with the UEFA Super Cup as well, is that you could probably say more is because the fact that you've had to win the Champions League or the Europa League, which
it's more about prestige
to win.
I
mean, Man United found that out on Wednesday. It's not an easy trophy to win the Europa League. I mean,
one lost the other.
It's a cakewalk.
But if you're in the Community Shield, it means you've won the Premier League or you've won the FA Cup. Are you not telling me?
Or you've come second if the same team's won a double.
Yeah, well, that happens once. When we won it, which was back in the 60s, we won it, and we were only in it because we actually won what was then Division 2, which was like the second tier for you youngsters. And we got invited in because Liverpool turned it down because they were playing a pre-season tour somewhere. And but to us, it's not a classic trophy. I've not got it on my banner like the other cups, but we've done the full set. We've won everything there is to win in this country, including the Community Shield. And you're not telling me that Man United, Chelsea, Arsenal, that are all here, that you wouldn't love a day out at Wembley to start the season. It's going to be an amazing atmosphere because it's probably going to be the first game where we've got fans back in numbers. And I don't mean 2,000, 8,000. Hopefully, if God bless, it'll all be full. And I just can't believe that as fans you wouldn't want that.
So
I'm fine with a day. This is what I'm getting at. Is I'm fine with a day at Wembley. We don't have that up in Scotland, like where you can have like a
you don't have football in Scotland, do you?
We have got football. Behave. We have got football. At least we can actually turn up in Europe. I don't know about Leicester, but
you mean Celtic and Rangers, and that's it.
To a degree, there's some clubs who can actually play a decent bit of football.
Hey, St Johnson, don't leave St Johnson out this season. We could be playing them in the Europa League.
Fair play them for winning a double, by the way. Fair play them for winning a double.
Wow, I don't know what you'll say about Canada and India because I belong to Canada and India. Just so you know, if you're talking about
you look at some leagues, right, where even if you still win whatever they call like the Community Shield or the Supercopa de España in Spain or you've got the Italian Super Cup, you've got all of that, but the ones you want, that's not a priority. The ones you want is the league, your domestic cup, a European trophy. Like, there's a day out. Like, you can have a day out at like your national stadium and you can enjoy it, but that's secondary. That's not important. It's the major trophies. But it's good to have a little bit day out. I've got nothing against that. I've got nothing out. You mentioned a day at Wembley and all that, and yeah, it's a great stadium to go and watch a game of football, but. It's I
would agree with you. If we win the Community Shield, and it's unlikely because we're going to be up against Man City, but if we were to win the Community Shield, I wouldn't put it any higher. I'd probably put it a lot less down there than winning the FA Cup. But we had to win the FA Cup to get into the Community Shield. I mean, would you guys then maybe swap it to like a Super Cup? So you've got the winners of the FA Cup playing the winners of the whatever it's called cup at the moment, Caribou Cup.
Or the Carabao Cup.
Yeah.
You're still going to be having Man City in every season anyway, because you can't see me not bloody win the thing.
Fair enough. Yeah. That is a very good point.
I think if you're going to, you could. I mean, look at Spain, like the Spanish FA. They rejigged their Super Cup, so now you're playing semi-finals and a final. I'd be surprised if they do it here, but frankly, maybe they could change it around a little bit to make it a bit more attractive, because there's some fans who just generally do not give a shit about the Community Shield. Like, I wouldn't mind a day out, but I don't care about it. I don't particularly care about it, but I wouldn't mind a day at Wembley.
Yeah, you mean like a pre-season tournament lasts about 3 days.
Pretty much,
and you have about 3 games because you have 4 teams in a group. Maybe something like that, or maybe like 2, like you said, 2 semi-finals and then 1 final, right? And
maybe mix up have the winner of the Premier League, the FA Cup, maybe the winner from the Championship, like the actual winner of the Championship before they got promoted, and something else like have a little bit of exclusivity, because you're not going to get the Championship or any teams below it. You're not going to get them in the Community Shield. I mean, it's not happened since Wigan.
No, I think it's a good point, because I think Chris also made a point, right? Like I remember back in 1955, Chelsea decided not to go to Europe after winning the league for the first time when they were invited, right? Like obviously back in the day, it was the English Cups and the English games which took priority, above anything else. So why don't we get like the Championship side playing that and get the importance of the cup? And I think that's a brilliant idea.
Actually, can I ask another question again? Because you got fans in here of bigger clubs than Leicester. What your thought? Because this really, really, really pisses me off. Because I was reading before I came. Sorry for swearing. I was reading before we came live about the draws for the UEFA for the Europa League and everything next season, and they can't say who will be in it finally because we don't know who's going to be coming down from the Champions League, and I can't see. And this is FIFA's corrupt side, UEFA's corrupt side, is why should, and especially with Man United, for example, this season, you shouldn't have been in, you didn't qualify for that cup. You were in the Champions League. You got knocked out of the Champions League. Why should you then be in the Europa League? It's just going to mean another big club, because the bigger clubs will get in the Champions League, but the bigger clubs are probably going to win the Europa League.
There's people that actually agree with your opinion, by the way. There are people that agree with your opinion. If you finish top 2 in your Champions League group, you should be allowed to continue. But if you finish 3rd or 4th, frankly, you shouldn't be going into our competition. But the reason that teams who finish 3rd and they go into the Europa League, it's just to bring more media attention to the Europa League and revenue. Revenue. It's just to bring that. It's nothing else really. Like
it's all about money again.
There is nothing else.
No, there is a point, Reese. I think this happened probably about 5 or 6 years ago when basically we had multiple years where Barcelona were dominating at the time, right? So the talk of the hour was basically the 5th and the 6th rounds in the Champions League were getting very boring with teams really dominating. So basically teams had an incentive to still fight for the 3rd place in the group.
Yeah.
And that is where they went to the Europa League. Again, it's obviously related to money, but the fact that, viewership in the 5th and the 6th round definitely increased a lot.
Right, I'm going to move on. I'm going to move to unpopular opinion. I'm going to go for everyone, but before we do that, I'm just going to read a few more comments. Atomic Puppet. It's that Danny Rashbeck. The cup shouldn't be devalued. The trophy is important. If you talk about the Community Shield, okay, it's just a consolation because we didn't achieve it. No. It shouldn't be it shouldn't be saying we shouldn't be saying like we won that, right? Because I don't count it. I just don't count it. I just don't count it.
I don't count Ollie as a superhero, for fuck's sake.
He had a superhero performance on Wednesday. I'll tell you that. Thankfully, Brentford are coming to the Premier League. I really wanted to see them in the Prem last year. Meister Fighter, he's been there from like the start. From what I've been doing, sort of the F1 streams from the start. So congrats to the 1K, Stephen. You deserved it. Thank you very much. And I like the teams dropping, but I would prefer maybe top seeds being given a bye till the knockouts and the Conference League being banished. Yeah, I will just say Mustafa is this. It's not probably me that's deserved it. It's everyone that's supported, and it's the charity that deserves it as well. So that's what it's for. So, but move to, and just quickly, the FA Cup winner should get the 4th spot or Champions League spot. Winner of the FA Cup and finishing in the top 6 should be more rewarding than finishing 4th. That would make the FA Cup probably more interesting, more valued as well. So yeah, I'm gonna go
just
to
looking at
everyone.
something who scored. I'm just keeping tabs on the. I'm just keeping tabs on the game. It's 2 minutes into the second half, and they're saying somebody should have scored, but they've no bloody updated it. So I'd like to know who should have scored.
Yeah. So I'm going to start with you, Chris. Your unpopular opinion.
Well, okay, this has come off left field, hasn't it? You know, okay, I think what I'm going to go for. I think the European competition, as it is at the moment, should be scrapped, and the Champions League should just be for champions. And you know, if you come, you know, and I know that's Man United, Chelsea, and Liverpool out, but you're not champions, so how can you be in the Champions League? And you've got the likes of Rangers. They should automatically go into the Champions League as champions, not as having to qualify. And yeah, if you've got teams like the champions of Cyprus or the champions of I don't know, some of Azerbaijan or wherever, they're champions. They should be allowed in. And then the second tier should be the second, third, fourth, fifth, and maybe bring back the old Cup Winners' Cup for the winners of the Cup. It will never happen because of the money. But
it annoys me that Scotland doesn't have an automatic representative. I will testify to that. Even when I had to watch Celtic dominating the league, which made me sick every single year.
I don't get how the coefficient
it's still
works. Like, it's stupid.
It's
especially when you've seen Celtic in the past when they've been in the group stages, or even Rangers in the past in the group stages, that they've been able to compete at the top level. I mean, has a Scottish team ever won the Champions League? I don't think.
Celtic in '67.
So
Rangers won the Cup Winners' Cup in '72.
They were the first team from the British Isles to win it.
Yep. Yeah, well, there you go then. So
if Rangers hadn't lost in '61, it would have been Rangers when they lost to Bayern Munich in 1961.
Well, there you go. Then. So, I mean, and how the fact they don't get a bite like straight in, I don't know, but you got a very good point there. I do feel that it should be maybe exclusive for champions, and then the other slot to go to lesser country. Just because they've got a lesser country and they don't have great teams, it doesn't mean they're not allowed in because they're champions. They're champions of their league. And
absolutely, what I do know is whoever wins the Scottish League this upcoming season, and say for example it's Rangers again, which would be fantastic. If Rangers win the league again this season, and then whoever wins the Champions League is also a domestic champion. So say, for example, it's Juventus go on and win the league again and they win the Champions League. Rangers will automatically go into the Champions League group stages because of the coefficient.
It's like, I think if Chelsea win tonight, they're already in the Champions League, but that extra place doesn't go to us for finishing 5th. It goes to Monaco or somebody in France because of this stupid coefficient. It's all about, and this is what UEFA pissed me off, because UEFA came out and was saying hang on a second, all this ESL, it's all about money. We're for the fans. No, if UEFA were for the fans, tonight's game would be at Wembley, not in bloody Portugal. So they can't say that, and that is what it's all about. You cannot say that the winners of the Cypriot League don't deserve to be there. The winners of the Scottish League, the Irish League, don't deserve to be there. They're champions, and that's what it should be. But no disrespect, nobody's going to watch Dundalk versus Limassol like they're going to watch Man United versus Juventus. That's what it's down to.
Okay, you get the same frustration every year as well, so I completely agree with Chris. Like, the one thing that really annoys me is you look at the teams that are forced to qualify when they've won their leagues, and these are teams that actually have got European pedigree, and they're being to a degree, they are being disgraced by it, and it's ridiculous. I mean, remember when Ajax used to win the league? Like Ajax won 4 league titles on the bounce, and they had to qualify. That's not right at all. That's a team that's won 4 European Cups. They've won every available major trophy in Europe, and they were forced to qualify. Disgusting.
And they weren't good enough to be invited into the ESL either, were they?
Exactly.
I mean, I'm you could probably add all your ages together, you'd probably still be younger than me. But the fact that this is a sport for the fans is just ridiculous now. It just doesn't exist. It's not for the fans at all.
Mm-hmm.
No, absolutely.
I don't want to be rude and ask a man who's older than me, like the age, and obviously I would never do that. But in terms of like watching European football, I assume from the 80s onwards.
Yeah, I mean, I was born. I'm 60, so I was born in 1961, and thank you.
The last
I can remember last time Leicester were. Yeah, I can remember last time Leicester were in the FA Cup, which was 69. But yeah, the football then, and it wasn't perfect. I can remember the 70s when there was violence and fighting and everything, and we went through Hillsborough and etc. etc. But you could afford to go and watch it. You didn't have to mortgage your house to get a season ticket, and you won the you won what was then the first division. You were champions, and you went into the European, whatever it was called in them days.
European Cup, yeah.
That's what it is about.
Yeah. Gonna move on now. I'm gonna move to Reese. What's your unpopular opinion?
Scottish football was good.
As much as I would like to say that, until there's more money in the league, I can't. Until there's more money in Scottish football, if it ever happens again, I can't physically admit that because it's not
been. Had a masterclass in Gdansk?
No. I watched that game on a watch along. I'm never going to admit that in my life. Unpopular opinion for me is Everton. Yeah, fuck it. In terms of that team, Everton are a complete overachieving piece of crap.
Fuck. Where's I hope Everton Rose ain't fucking watching. Jeez.
And I like
what you mean there, mate. They'll hold back.
I'm an Ancelotti fan, but fuck me, that team is overachieving for what they should be for anything in general, the amount of money.
You mean they're underachieving?
Sorry, underachieving. Yeah, I'm actually rephrasing my point. Yeah, underachieving. Sorry, underachieving.
I agree. Totally. With that manager, the new owner, and the money he's thrown at the club, and the players they brought in, they should have been challengers, us and West Ham for 5th and 6th.
I said they were going to get top 4 at one point.
So that I've just got an update on the Sky Sports app for the playoff final. There's a concern for Emiliano Marcondes, the player who scored the second goal for Brentford. He is now being treated on the pitch by the medical staff of Brentford. He is being treated. There is, based on it, there is a concern that seems to be a serious foul.
Let's have a look. I'm just watching it. Hold on. I'm just watching it now. Let's have a look.
I'm just getting it based on words, so you can tell me a bit more, dude.
He's definitely cop for one. I think he's got that look about him that he's just been something's hit him in the head. He's been hit in the head. Let's have a look. Let's have a look at the replay. Is he going to get a card here? Let's have a look.
They should have had at least 3 or 4 red cards to this bloody Swansea.
What do you guys think about Mark Guehi?
Let's have a look.
Mark Guehi is on loan, right?
I'm watching it now.
Guehi is on loan, right, to Swansea from Chelsea.
But to be honest with you, I don't know him, so I can't really. Wouldn't like to comment.
Probably strong left-footed centre back. He got the player of the season for Swansea.
I think he's a good player, but I don't think he'll ever make it to Chelsea.
I don't know what's happened there, but it doesn't look like
that's it.
I know. He's led in with his elbow.
All it says here on the Sky Sports app, Andy Hitchcliffe's words is he definitely catches him with a raised arm, and that will be a painful one. Short and sweet. That's it.
He's led with the elbow.
He could have caused some serious damage.
Hurahan.
Yep.
I don't think that's not a booking. Nah, it's all right. Anyway, right, we'll go back to what we're so that's your unpopular opinion. Talk Manu, what's your unpopular opinion?
My unpopular opinion is that Graham Potter is going to be one of the best managers in the Premier League in the next 3 seasons.
That's not unpopular for me.
What?
Yeah, that's quite popular.
Is it?
Yeah.
All right. Unpopular opinion. My unpopular opinion is that Arsenal are going to win the Champions League next season. Is that for you?
I'll have whatever you're having, mate. I'll tell you.
It's supposed to be one that's supposed to be a genuine opinion, not one that can be completely false.
No, my unpopular opinion is that I agree with Reese about that. I said it when Carlo Ancelotti got signed to Everton. I said, "What the fuck is that?" I said, "That's never going to work. Never."
Could have been at United or Arsenal as well. Could have been at either or.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Chelsea.
Yeah. Bian, what's your unpopular opinion?
Yeah, so I don't know if it's unpopular, but I certainly think so, being an international spectator from last 20 years, right? So the way Champions League was played last year in the pandemic, it was like a tournament football within 1 month. I haven't seen such interesting matches of a Champions League for years together. Like, knockouts, no 2 legs. Probably today was like one of the things which moved closer towards it. They in fact proposed to move away the away goals. I don't know if you guys read the reports, but the away goals are going to be scrapped next season onwards. So I think eventually it'll go back to like those days of the Cup Winners' Cup and so on and so forth. It'll become a proper knockout competition with, definitely the workload is too much for the players. And I feel like making it just like a 3-week competition with only the champions, maybe like that will make it much more interesting, and maybe give the players a break and have the English season, not have midweek matches where I have to wake up 3 a.m, which I do currently. So yeah.
Yeah.
Fair point. Fair point.
Chris, you gave me your popular opinion, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This was awesome.
To say, what's your unpopular opinion?
Yeah, how's everybody doing?
Yeah, all good.
All right, thanks.
All good, mate.
I think before I give my unpopular opinion, can we just have a silent minute for Tottenham Hotspur? They finish as a serious club.
Yes, Saeed's bringing the comedy to the show.
Have you seen the clubs they're gonna facing in the UEFA conference?
Could be worse.
Uni of Berlin.
It was nearly Arsenal. That's the funny thing. It was nearly Arsenal.
Yeah,
but obviously they had to do the Tottenham thing, And you know what's gonna funny? I can already see a final Roma with Jose Mourinho versus Tottenham, and he beat them like 1-0. And he goes on and be like, you know what? I want to trophy at every club except Tottenham.
How funny would it be though if Jose Mourinho went and actually won the Conference League, and then he won the Europa League, and then he bottled the Champions League final with Roma?
I just asked. We've counted the amount of players Tottenham have left. Right, amount of Tottenham players have left and gone on to win trophies. Right, how many managers have got left Spurs and gone to lift trophies?
Let's see. VS Boas failed. He failed. I'm actually Pochettino won a cup in 13 days. That's a good point.
13 days, yeah. That's one.
Let's have a look. Martin Jol went on to win the Eredivisie title with Ajax.
That's 2.
Who else have they had in that time frame? Managers. Redknapp failed. Just two managers until in terms of managers, 2 until unless Mourinho wins something.
Promotion though.
But that doesn't count.
Didn't Redknapp win the FA Cup with Portsmouth?
With Tottenham, anything counts.
Was
An
that
FA
someone
Cup.
else?
Yeah.
With Portsmouth? Or was that another manager?
Oh yeah, did that? Yeah, did he win it with Portsmouth? Didn't he?
Redknapp in 08 did, yeah. But he joined
Yeah.
Spurs after that, though.
After that, yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
He joined Spurs
Yeah.
after that one,
So
yeah.
basically, he was already big in the club beforehand.
Yeah.
Well, he's big unless you bring. He is big unless you bring up Southampton. If you bring up Southampton, to Portsmouth, if you bring up Southampton to Portsmouth fans, and Redknapp especially, they will not give you the time of day.
No, he wanted the England job, right? As in, he didn't get the England job, and that's the whole thing, right? They didn't see him as a winner. That's what I see.
Imagine Harry Redknapp as England manager. That it would be roly polies all day, like for break. Just sitting there like on your lunch, like you've just like done like a 2-hour session on defending. Right, lads, let's get the Harry Redknapp roly polies in.
Be careful now. He's my neighbour down here.
Do you know what?
I've got nothing against Harry Redknapp. I think he's actually golden.
You know what? You've taken like one of my popular opinions because I wanted to talk about Tottenham actually. And actually, do you know what?
If I was an Arsenal fan, I'd want to talk about Tottenham as well.
No. I could. One of my unpopular opinions was that Ollie was going to win the league next year. Like, but actually, now I'm going to say.
I was always to just win a trophy.
Wow. Yeah, I know. But what I'm suggesting is but I think we've heard this before, but I'm gonna go for it anyway. Why are Tottenham a big six club?
They've got a big stadium and money. That's it.
But what does that mean?
They haven't got any money. That's why they wanted to be in the ESL, wasn't it? Pay the debts off.
I mean, that's like saying Aston Villa is a top 6 club then, because they got a big stadium and they have rich owners and they've actually won European.
Yeah, and can I just also add is that Chelsea and Leicester have got a decent enough stadium. They've got a bit of money as well, and their owner. So shouldn't they be bigger? Leicester have won more than them in the last 5 years, so they're basically a bigger club.
I consider Leicester the bigger club than Arsenal and Spurs.
The whole concept of this big six club thing is a load of bollocks anyway. As far as I'm concerned, this is no disrespect to like say Leicester and all that, but I still count the big six as just the top 4. But there's clubs that are challenging the big six, that like the big 4 that are making it more interesting. So you've got the likes of, even though they're still a big club, but they're shite anyway. Arsenal, you've got Chelsea, you've got Liverpool, you've got Man United, you've got Man City who are challenging because of the finances behind them, the success they've got. Leicester, I've got the best owners in football. Like, I will take that to my grave. They've got the best owners in football for how they've committed to the club. They've won a league and they've won the FA Cup.
Not just the club, but the community around it.
Exactly, they've done all that, but like I still think like you've got the 4 biggest clubs. You've got clubs in there around. You've got the historic clubs like Spurs they haven't won anything in a while, but they're still an historic club based on what they've won. They've still got European trophies. They've got a few league titles. Everton have got success. Nottingham Forest are in the Championship, but they've got more success than some of the clubs in the top flight. They've still got that.
The problem you've got with this big six and success is how far back do you go? You know, Burnley have got more titles than Tottenham. Preston North End have got more titles than Tottenham. If you get that far,
got 9 league titles.
What you've got with this top 6? This top 6 never existed. This top 6 never existed before we had Sky TV. Sky TV and the Premier League came along, and they've made up this big 6, and it was purely the 6 that were going to generate them the most money. Nothing to do with size, nothing to do with history.
Sorry.
It's just people are gonna more likely to watch Man City versus Chelsea than Leicester versus Everton. It's a fact because they've got bigger things. But you know, this is all a modern phenomenon.
The big 6, hang on. The big 6 is like it's like I keep mentioning with the reason I started doing this channel, right, and the whole CLDF thing as well, is that the media never like to sort of. I made my story very clear to the media about like what I've been through and everything. They never pick it up as a story, but they pick up some useless story in the news that means that there's be a bit of fun and doesn't mean anything, rather than something that needs to be like a charitable cause. But yeah, if I turned it around and said I've been doing it because I put like a pint of whiskey in this or something, or like 25 mils of whiskey in this every day, right? They would literally jump on me like a bad ratch. They would be like, "Oh, how outrageous is this? This? How does he get all this?" And you know what I mean? And it's like it suits their because they make them the most money, right? It makes them the most money, and it makes them it gives them the most views as well because they've got the biggest fan bases, right? It suits their agenda to name them as the Big Six.
Yeah.
I don't get why Tottenham. I don't get why Tottenham and Man City say are bigger fan bases because I know a load of many other clubs have got bigger fan bases than them.
I think it's the fact that if you went to Australia,
but at least Man City can back it up by winning them trophies. Tottenham can't back it up with anything.
No.
Yeah,
I agree.
I mean, what do they have that backs them up to be a big to even be near a Big Six club?
It's like, just the stadium and the money behind them. That's literally why they've been added to this whole Big Six concept. Big Six concept. They're fuck all. They're irrelevant.
It's like the sixth club of this. Leicester like the sixth club. Right, then you've got Nottingham Forest. You've got Leeds, Newcastle. Right, all these other clubs that have done so much fucking more.
Right? It was literally called the top four for so many years until Arsenal got dropped out. That's what it is.
If you're gonna do it by honours list, which we all expect teams to do it by, because like
it's Man. If you do it based on that honours thing, it's Man United at the top, Liverpool second, then it's Arsenal, then I think fourth is Everton because Everton have won more league titles than anybody else as well. Everton have won 9.
Yeah, I mean.
So I think it's recency bias.
Do you guys think that the Big Six will never be broken into? Leicester's, I support Leicester, obviously. I don't think we will ever be classed as a Big Six club. If we win the league for the next 2 or 3 years, we will not be seen by the media as a Big Six club. The best we can hope for is that it then becomes the Big Seven.
No, I kind of disagree
because your recent success. Yeah. Like, I think in terms of what you've done in the past 5 or 6 years, you deserve more respect as a bigger club than Spurs do, because Spurs have won nothing since 2008. They've won nothing.
But we won't be with the likes of Sky and
That's because Sky are full of brain dead morons.
Yeah, I agree.
No, guys. So what I was trying to say, Chris, is like basically, if you remember, Leicester was in the Champions League the year that they won, and next year they did very well. In fact, right in the Champions League, they were coming in prominence. But again, the following season, the follow-up seasons that you guys had weren't at that level. Even in the league, right? So for me, Spurs, one of the reasons why they're still considered the Big Six is the recency bias because of the fact that they were in the Champions League final just 2 to 3 years ago. So that's their fan base, and that's where the money and the signings that they get from is because of that. Jose Mourinho wouldn't have gone there, in my opinion. Like if they weren't like a recent Champions League finalist.
Yeah,
that's the way I see it. So I think Europe is a big thing. So if Leicester, say for example, is able to win a Europa League this year and then get into Champions League and get into say the semis, I think that's probably one route to getting into the Big Six. That's what I say.
I think they deserve a lot of respect for what they did last season, for the season's just gone, because they were unbeaten in their group stage as well. They deserve a little bit of respect, Leicester. They didn't lose once in their group stage.
We did.
Yeah.
Even though it's the Europa League, they deserve a little bit of respect.
We lost one. That. We lost one.
Did you lose the first game? I don't remember you losing the
game. I think it was like the last but one game. We lost to the bottom team. But
I couldn't remember if you did or not. But like,
just hang on. Here's an unpopular. Here's an unpopular opinion for you that Arsene Wenger knew what he was talking about.
Can I just? I was just going. We'll move on to that just a sec. Because I'll give the back. If we're doing it like a list on us, Manchester United, Liverpool, Arsenal, Chelsea, Man City, right, and Aston Villa are pretty much on the same amount of trophies as Tottenham, right? So, and they've got Everton in like our 24. so they're 2 away, and I've got more chance of Everton winning something than them lot. Right?
But the charity field might be included in that, right? I think charity fields
Everton
are
will win a
included.
trophy in the next 2 years. Everton will win a trophy in the next 2 years.
No, the charity shield's not included in that.
Okay, cool.
I don't think the charity shield is included in that, so I don't see
I reckon if they back him properly in this, if they back him properly in the summer and they iron out the cracks, Ancelotti will win them something next season.
You can't. It's a super. You can't like the combined total of Englishmen clubs, FA, EFL, and Premier League, like 16 Super Cups. Is that the Community Shield then?
That's Community Shield. That's Community Shield, yeah.
It must be. And they've won Tottenham 9 of them, and 1 of them was bloody shared. I mean, that's how stupid that Community Shield is. People that count the Community Shield, right, you're brain dead, because how is it to the biggest rivals in English football, Tottenham and Arsenal, and I'll be doing that rivalry at some point when I get some more Tottenham fans on board and find some more Tottenham fans to come on to the show, is that that we shared that fucking trophy in 1993, and you want to consider that like as a trophy that Arteta's won, as a conceivable trophy? Come on, really? Come on. But I'll go through some comments first. Harry Redknapp, yes, that's won the FA Cup with Portsmouth. Are you guys enjoying the? I'm enjoying it
thoroughly. Swansea down to 10 men getting beat. Brilliant.
Red card to Swansea. Yep, and the media only cares about the going for the bad publicity, more money. Very sad. Yeah, that's exactly my point, and that's probably why I've done this channel now. I'm better for it, to be honest. Like, if they didn't offer me something later on, then maybe. But I just like
it's the same in other leagues as well. It's a shame. It's a shame in other leagues as well. You look up here, like when Rangers won the league,
when it comes, when
they go straight for the negative.
Football, when you just take it away from football, you do it like for charitable causes and stuff like that, and you see so many other stuff that doesn't really like make it should really make news already, and why you're reporting it? Is anyone interested? That's what really just winds me up, because you've been sent that to try and help, and they're not helping.
It says it all really that what's his face is still on a job. Richard Keys. It says all that he's still on a job.
The BBC, for example, they did a 2-part program on my on the hospital, on Liver Centre I used to go to. I'm not really under them now because there's not much they can do, but the Liver Centre I go to, it was the #1 liver centre in the world for children. So the first part was all about liver specialists. So I was like, yeah, okay, you'll sit down and watch this. This is great. We can get some awareness from this. They just followed an alcoholic throughout the whole time, throughout the whole program. They didn't show the liver side at all. They didn't show the children's side. They never asked to go and see it. They didn't do anything towards it, though it was the #1 liver centre in the world for children, and it was the only one that did liver related for children. And I was just like, "Are you mad?" And I literally called in and said, "Do you know what that makes me look like?" Honestly, it's some agendas just like are just mad when it's all trying to help people. So yes, the Super Cup is called that all over Europe, Spain, Germany, Italy, France.
Yeah, it's a disgrace.
Yeah. What's that say?
But that's the problem with today's media in general. They only care about money.
Yeah, it is. It's not right. And then that's but it's but you say that and it's like you think they care about a charity cause, you know, his money for it. So
yes, that's the problem with today's media. All they care about is money and views. They don't
it's
care
all
about
right, mate, because we got this channel. We got
That's
this
all they
channel
care
now.
about. I mean, the reason why
we got all the awareness we need.
Tottenham is seen as a top 6 club is because they're based in London.
Yeah.
If they were based in Hull, nobody would care.
Yeah, and there's but to be fair now, it's nice because I've now started this channel and we've all got this platform and everything like that to talk about and raise awareness on such issues as well. And it's not just liver disease aware issues as well. There's also so many other diseases we've raised awareness for as well. So that's the main thing. So
God, I've been sorry, Steve. I've been saying for about like nearly 5 minutes saying, can I just ask? Waiting to get in, thinking he'll let me in a minute. And then I realised my mic was fucking muted. Fucking lemon. Well, I just want to ask the Chelsea fan. Sorry, what's your name again?
Like Ollie got a soul show on a touchline on Wednesday.
Yeah, he was muted, wasn't he?
yeah, you're telling me. What's the Chelsea fan's name again?
Ankit. Hi, mate.
Ahmed.
Ankit. Ankit. Ankit.
Okay. Are you? Where are you watching the match tonight? Because I think Stephen's doing a watch along. If you want to join us.
Yeah, if you want to join, you can.
I am actually having a watch along with my local folks on Zoom. So yeah, probably next time, guys. But yes, definitely, we'll catch up for sure. Hopefully after a win.
Well, I don't know.
Well, I'll tell you what. I'll put my Twitter handle, and then you can hit us up whenever you want to do a preview or anything like that, or come on any shows or anything like that. If you want to come on any shows or anything, that's my Twitter handle. So, and I'll get you signed up. I'll get you into our community or chat as well. But
welcome Brentford to the Premier League, because there's no way Swansea are getting back.
Yeah, well, Swansea ain't getting back.
Hallelujah.
That'd be a miracle.
That'd
be a miracle. That'd be a miracle for me.
I thought it was funny. The minute the second goal went in, right, I literally tweeted "game over" as 2-0, and somebody actually commented on the tweet saying, "I'll come back to this because Swansea will win." I was like, "Be my guest."
You should have put money on it, Reece. You should have said, "How much do you want to put on it, mate?"
Oh my god!
Should have done.
I'm calming myself down from Twitter after that tweet. That's it. Usually I don't bother, but I was like, nah, fuck it.
I like the fact that the Brentford captain is now on the deck with cramp. He's on the deck just chilling.
But is there any other more unpopular opinions anyone want to offer?
Yeah, I just want to ask. I mean, Arsene Wenger, did he ever know what he was talking about? Because I can remember him saying once when we got into the Champions League, Leicester, that Leicester would be an embarrassment to English football.
God.
And we were the last team left in Europe from England, the only English team in the quarterfinals.
Well,
and I do believe Arsenal lost 10-0 over 2 legs or something in that same season. But I just, like I say, he's a guru from football knowledge, isn't he, Arsene Wenger?
Yeah, he says that. And the last 3 times we played Bayern Munich, the aggregate score was 15-3.
I know, it's so brilliant.
5-1 each time. And this guy has got the temerity to say that you'll be an embarrassment. You're an embarrassment. You're embarrassment in European football. You chose an unbeaten run over a fucking Champions League title.
I know, it's swifty. Imagine going for a gold trophy and bottling the Champions League to Chelsea.
Everyone, and every fan now I mentioned goes, "Oh yeah, where's your gold trophy?" And I'm like, "Where's our fucking Champions League that we sacrificed for it? You fucking idiots!"
I mean, to be fair, you also bottled the final 2 years later.
There's actually an Arsenal fan YouTuber I know who's literally has said to me he'd rather than the unbeaten record than the Champions League.
Yeah, that's just because he doesn't have the Champions League. That's why he's saying that.
No, I'm saying that. I mean, honestly, are you mad? Are you mad?
I can't understand that.
I can't really understand it anyway, because I can understand his logic, because he also thinks that Arteta's going to win the Champions League in 3 years.
I think that's why William joined, and now William wants to go back to Chelsea.
Yeah, I know, because he's finally realised what I realised, right? Arteta's not going to win the Champions League in 3 years. There's more chance of Aaron O'Gara coming on this channel than me winning the Champions League in 3 years. It's not.
Don't give us false hope.
Stephen, do you not think, Stephen?
I know, I'm gonna have to fight. I'm gonna have to try and get hold of her agent now, because it ain't gonna happen.
But Stephen, you could literally, maybe not in a couple of years, but there will be some point, I think, when Arsenal will be good again, and you could probably win the Champions League again. You're not, that isn't out of the question. But would you ever see yourself win a whole season again unbeaten?
Is that when I've gone grey hair again?
possibly, and I might not be alive to see it. But
I'll be long dead before Arsenal win a Champions League trophy. There you go.
Will you ever go, or any team go the whole season? I mean, Liverpool came close last season, failed.
I'm sorry, I'd rather.
Some teams have came close, but I don't think it'll ever happen again. But
exactly, that is unique.
But this is why I always say to Arsenal fans, and I'll say it here in front of Stevie because I've never said it to him, I value the Arsenal 98 team over the Arsenal Invincibles because they achieved more. It's a far better team. There's more success than the Arsenal 04 team.
I'd value 2002 maybe a bit more.
Yeah.
But let's be fair, because they set a new record to be able to win the league at the end, and like a new winning record. But I would say as well is that that season we could have had the best side probably in Premier League era, because like we had on the cards in one week at the start of that week we had a treble on the cards that looked pretty much done deal. We could have had a treble there done, right? We not done by Man United because we tried to rest players. We then got knocked out of the Champions League because they were tired from the FA Cup, right? And then in the same instance, we then tried to and then nearly bottled the title, losing to Liverpool, right? And he took until Henry stepped up and actually scored an hat-trick. So, but because we were so focused maybe on Liverpool the game after, we rested probably a couple of key players in that Chelsea game, and we lost.
And I remember watching that game as well. I thought you were going to beat Chelsea.
I'd rather have lost that we played that Stamford Bridge early in that season, and we'd have won 2-1. I would rather have lost that game if it meant that we won the game in the Champions League.
Yeah, I remember that because
we would have been in the court. We would have been in a semi-final, and if you're telling me out of the Monaco that Chelsea played and then Porto in the final, if that we were gonna not win it against those two clubs, you're talking rubbish.
Who knows? You look at that. You look at what that Porto team did, though. That Porto team was filled with underrated quality in there. That, frankly, I'm not saying you definitely wouldn't. I'm not saying you definitely wouldn't have beat them. I'm not saying they definitely would have beat you either. But you look at the teams they actually played en route to the final. They deserved to win that Champions League final. But could Arsenal have won it that season if they had knocked out Chelsea? Probably could. Probably.
We went to.
Don't
forget, we went
to.
That's
shoulda, woulda, coulda.
Stages. We could have been out of it by the third game, right? Because we had such a poor start to the group stages, and then everyone wrote us off at the San Siro. We had half our squad out. We had to win the game, right, to stay with a chance to try and top the group, and we battered them 5-1 with half a squad. Ray Parlour was the captain. Vieira was in there. There was so many key players that weren't there, and we battered them.
It just says, you've got how you manage games. If you manage games properly, you'll go on and win things. And that's why I say the Arsenal 98 team is better than the Invincibles, because you look at what they did that year. Makes me sick. They crawled back the title from Man United.
Properly. He didn't manage the situation.
Yeah, they crawled back the league from Man United, which is disgusting anyway. Like, we were clearing that. We shouldn't have lost the league, but we did. You look at when they went on to They went on and won the FA Cup in convincing fashion. The only difference is they didn't show anything in terms of European football in like that period where you could say, could they have won something? Maybe not. But that Arsenal team had a solid back four. Seaman was at his best in terms of goalkeeping. You had Anelka and Ian Wright up front, which was scary enough as well to a degree. And you also had a midfield that is what Arsenal have lacked well over a decade. It had pace and power. You just haven't had that since.
Overmars. Just crazy.
But it's all right. It was all right. Wow. Natural order was restored the following season when we won the treble anyway, so it was okay. Natural order was restored.
I know, but I have to thank Arsenal fans. Like at the end of the day, I think Chelsea replaced Arsenal in the top two. You would agree?
I'm going to embarrass.
One game changed everything. With Wayne Bridge going, on the left.
I'm going to embarrass Man U. Yeah, we got finally the thumbnail for tonight.
Oh,
right.
He was going to say something else.
So I got the thumbnail for tonight. Check this.
But I think Arsene Wenger, the reason why Arsene Wenger disrespected Leicester so much, it's just that they proved that you could actually win the Premier League without spending lots of millions, because the whole Arsene Wenger myth was that all those years when we moved into Emirates, that it was impossible to win the league, and they just showed him that it wasn't impossible.
It is such irony, isn't it?
Yeah. It got to him personally.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. I mean, what is it in like? What other sort of like unpopular opinions you have maybe towards next season? What unpopular opinions will you have towards like next season in terms of maybe the club's going up, club's going down?
I guess I think I've got one that might shock it here. Unpopular opinion is Rafa Benitez wins Arsenal the FA Cup.
Wow.
If he turns up here, that is. He won't turn up here.
And they still finish 8th.
Yeah, he won't turn up here though. He won't. I'm telling you.
I don't think he will. All I will say is, in terms of unpopular opinions, is like one that'll be very interesting is we'll see how Chelsea fans react. But Tuchel gets sacked midway through the season.
Oh, that's not unpopular.
Yeah.
Come on, like till now, I'm like so used to it. I think the unpopular will be like he lasts the season in spite of maybe not being in the top 4, say by Christmas. That is probably unpopular. On the other side, I would say like West Ham.
He has a poor start. Like, he's done the war.
Yeah. So what I was going to say,
he wins Champions League.
Champions League. That'll buy him maybe 6 more months at max, and that's what Chelsea is all about, right? But David Moyes, getting West Ham to 6th is not a blessing in disguise for them. The way I see it, like David Moyes definitely is not up to the mark. With Europa League and regular weekend football, I don't think he's going to manage it. I don't know what you guys feel about it.
They do need strength and depth in that squad. So I get where you're coming from. They do need strength if they want to stay in that position. They are going to have to back him properly. So I agree.
I've got a really very unpopular opinion here, and that is I'm going to have to go for a piss. So I'll just go off camera and I'll be back in a few minutes, guys.
Quality.
That was genius.
My unpopular opinion is Man United will not be in the top 4 and not win a trophy with Ole next season.
Oh, not
he stays in the job.
Big call. Yeah. Good one.
No, that's not gonna happen.
Like, is Man United even linked with any managers currently?
None.
No. The rumors
I don't know how is it even possible.
3-year deal.
We're just linked with signings, and we've already brought in Tom Heaton, so there's clearly some groundwork in the club.
But Arsenal and Man United, hats off to the club. Like, I respect the fact that you guys are like so sustainable in just keeping in the manager. But like, if it was for our fans, I'm sure like it wasn't possible so long. Especially with Arteta, winning against the London clubs, that's like the trophy, right? That he's won already against Chelsea this season.
Yeah.
The Arsenal board doesn't care about sporting merits. It's all about
talk about boards.
As long as Arteta looks good, talks good, he's quite safe. Until the fans are back, that's when you're going to see it's going to get interesting. Because next season, if he doesn't start well and fans are back in the ground, I think similar thing what happened to Emery will happen to Mikel Arteta as well.
Oh yes. No wonder. Absolutely, you hit the nail on the head, because that is, I think, one of the main reasons why Mourinho got the sack in Tottenham as well, right? The way that he played with Spurs, trust me, he wouldn't have lasted even like 2 months in the job. And I think Arteta is probably he cannot play that anti-football either, knowing Arsenal and the fans. Like, I still remember the game you had against us, like, it took away our form. Like, the reason why today City are such bang-on favorites are because of that Arsenal game, I feel. But anyway, that underdogs, Chelsea always. Nothing negative about it, but yes.
Yeah.
So guys,
Oh, Chris popped up. Yeah. Is there anything else? Anything else wants to banter anyone about? Anything else they want to add? Or should we wrap it up there?
Yeah, I think you can bring on to me because I'm like all nerves right now.
One thing I will say is that if Man City buy Kane and Grealish, we might as well call it Man City Super League because
Yeah.
nobody's
Yeah, I
winning.
agree with you there.
I think they're gonna. I think they're gonna sign. I think they are gonna sign Kane and Grealish. If I'm honest.
That's gonna be.
Don't
so
say
good.
that, you son of a bitch! Don't say that.
It's gonna happen, Reese. It's gonna happen, mate. Surely.
That's gonna kill the league. Honestly, if they get those,
they do, then you may as well just give them the league for the next 5 years.
Yeah. What's the point?
But where is Grealish going to play? I doubt about Grealish, to be honest, because he's not going to get like 40 games a season with Man City, I feel. Or probably Foden.
But that's how City move. They're probably looking at moving away from maybe Jesus and Sterling. And Grealish, he can play on the left, he can play on the right, he can play on number 10, and he can play as an offensive number 8. So he fits into that City model. And it's
anyone fits there. I think with the Pep will make sure anyone fits there. That's not an issue. But I get your point.
Yeah, that's the problem. And if they do get Grealish and Kane, we're screwed, all of us.
Yeah, we already screwed, but the rest.
I reckon if Grealish were to go to City, you'd see Foden moving away from that left wing spot. Grealish would replace him out wide, and you'd have Foden in the midfield free permanently. You wouldn't see him back out in the wing.
So Bernardo kind of goes off probably.
Possibly. I don't know. I think you could. I think realistically you could do that, or you could have a midfield free, like with Bernardo rotating in the round. I think he's a much better. I still think he's a better player. Like he's such a quality player, Bernardo Silva.
Yeah, I would love to have him at Arsenal. He's so underrated.
Yeah, yes.
Yeah.
But what do you guys think about Lukaku coming to Chelsea? Like, Man United fans, especially Reese, what do you think? Top Man United, what do you think? Like Lukaku coming to Chelsea, that's what it looks like, right?
I said to Talk you not too long ago. I think Chelsea will sign Lukaku first. Man City will sign Haaland, and we'll get Kane.
Possibly.
Haaland probably the season after pre-sign. Yeah.
Haaland is 100% staying this season. That's what everybody's saying.
Mm-hmm. Next year you'll get him for about 75 million, and boom, like Dortmund are screwed.
Probably he just goes to Bayern Munich, right? And that's what happens in Germany.
Have a plan B for Haaland. They know he's gonna leave. They are such a well-run club. They're probably obviously you can't replace Haaland 100%. Nobody can replace Haaland. He's not if you are Dortmund, because they can't go and buy Lewandowski or Kane. But they probably have another young prospect that's gonna put in 20 goals a season because they got good scouts.
Absolutely.
They have a proper system. I like the Dortmund model a lot. Proper, well-run club. They care about the fans. They care about young players. They play exciting football.
Yeah, it's just sad. Like it's like Germany is like so dominant by Bayern Munich that it's getting boring by the year. To be honest, that's the only thing.
It annoys me because I like watching German football, and that's literally what is happening in German football. It really does annoy me.
But do you guys think that can happen to English football with City? Do you think they can become too dominant?
No, I think money talks, right?
If there's no FFP.
I think probably one of the clubs will get a multi-billionaire, and things can change. What happened like with City and Chelsea, breaking the trend of United and Arsenal, right? Back then. And that's a cycle that will continue in England, especially because of the rights, TV rights, and so on.
Absolutely.
But Germany, I think they don't probably earn as much for the TV rights, of course, worldwide, because they hardly. I don't think they telecast in Asia even, if I'm not wrong. Bundesliga.
Pretty much. I mean, you can only get it here on like Premier Sports and BT now and again. So. It's a good league to watch as well. It's just a shame that it's vastly dominated by one club. Like if there was more money in certain clubs in the league, it would be Bayern would not have won the amount of league titles they've won in a row if there was more money available to certain clubs and they weren't dictated by the 50+1 rule.
Yeah,
No, good point. Because no, what I'm trying to say is like Chelsea always has about 25 people on loan, right? So they have like half of them in Germany. And that was one of the reasons why I always followed German football, right? As in just to kind of follow them closely. So when Christensen was there, for example, like I remember that 2-3 years ago when Guardiola was there, as in Tuchel, Guardiola, and even Klopp earlier being there, that was the time when they had their high, so as to speak. I think 2013 final, right? It was Dortmund versus Bayern.
Yeah,
that's right.
And then with the managers getting off Germany, I think we've got English clubs have got all German managers now, and I think the players are obviously attracted towards the better managers and better lifestyle and money, and that's where it's all going.
Yeah, that's pretty much what it was. Yeah, like it's pretty much what it is, and that's football now. In terms of whereas like the best managers, in my opinion, still come from in terms of the best attacking managers. They definitely do come from the German league in terms of like tactical and all that. The best ones come from there, but it's good to see in terms of like football, like where some leagues will develop differently. You still got the Italian manager mold where they'll still develop they'll still value a strong defense first and foremost, and they will not divert. You've got the Spanish managers where it's all about like the passing game and dictating play. The Germans, it's all about the high press. Then you got the British managers, which is a combination of all of them in one, and then whoever's the better one will just turn off. That's why Potter's clearly the better manager.
Who's the better British manager for you guys?
Say that again, sorry?
Who's currently the best British manager right now?
Potter or Steven Gerrard, to be honest?
I'd go for Potter for sure. Potter is definitely, because of the fact that he's played against better teams and he's shown what he can do. I would say Lampard, but I don't. I'm sure you guys would agree.
Definitely don't.
No. As in, given the like, he hardly made signings. Come on, he made and then he got 4 months to prove, and that wasn't fair. Like that, I think you can agree on, right? As in, I know that he was probably learning on the job, but giving him 4 months after like 200 million was like, it was like, okay, we give you so much, just go and commit suicide. That's what it was.
He spent too much money on positions he did not need to fill, in my opinion.
Yeah, he wanted Rice badly, but the board wanted Havertz, and he agreed. It was not like he fought with the board or something like that, but he probably wanted like to play a 4-3-3 with a strong defensive mid. So probably operate as Klopp and Pep. That's what he wanted, but
I think
it backfired for him.
It's not a very good tactical manager. I think his man management is probably his best skill.
Yeah, he was still learning, obviously, and that's something that we'll have to agree with, right? And then Arsenal was definitely one of the reasons. The form that again you guys took away from us back in December.
Right. Gonna quickly run through comments, and if no one else coming on, we'll leave it there. I noticed there is no final. That's unthinkable. Well, to the final.
They dominated the league. What do you expect?
City will win tonight. Banter if Chelsea lose 200 million. It's better get fourth.
Okay, I remember this comment.
Spurs won trophies when the year ends in one. Finish above Arsenal trophy. Kane's golden boot and playmaker of the year. Rodgers hands down.
Good call.
Fans on the show. That is unthinkable. There's more people on the show than the Etihad even before COVID. Ouch. Gotta be Rodgers as best British manager. Who else? Bruce.
Too much.
Steve Bruce, no. Big Sam, no. Moyes a good manager. Potter's a good manager, but Steve Bruce is shit. Big Sam he's been finished for years.
And Lamps was too inexperienced. Absolutely,
Yeah,
did I got to. Okay, guys, backstage for 10 minutes. I'm all that's it. All right, cool. We're gonna wrap it up there anyway. So
Didn't even notice who was.
anyway, we're gonna wrap it up. Anyway, we got the Champions League final tonight. Watch along, and yeah, that should be a good one. It should be it could be a very good night or a very long one, but we'll find out. But thanks to Talk, Leicester Till I Die, Saeed, Reese, and Ankit for the first time coming on. Thanks for that. Thanks to everyone that's contributed in the chat as always. We'll be back at 7:30 for the Champions League final. And until then, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. If you do want to donate to charity, do it via the Just Giving page link below. 100% of your donation will then go to the charity. And yeah, we'll be back at 7:30. Until then, everyone have a good rest of your afternoon and a start to your very good evening, as they say. So until then, see you later. Bye.
Bye, guys.